I went live early today. Hello and welcome. It's me, Bradley. You know what's really interesting? I'm just gonna side note real quick. How some people don't use like their given names or like the name that they go by every day on Facebook. So whenever I see somebody's name, I'm like, I assume that it's their real name, but then they're like, oh yeah, my real name is, and I'm like, oh, and they're like, what's your real name? I'm like, Bradley. Hey, Chris. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. I was just commenting on how a lot of people don't use their real name on Facebook, and I'm like, but it's like Facebook, right? I don't know. That's just me though. So today on Adrian's yoga, it was high, and let me tell you what I got. I got so high feeling. It was all of it was focused on the breath, and like we did a really quick breathing exercise where like we had our arms up, but we focused on the out breath. So like I don't know, it just, hey Ken, hey Terry. It just we focused on the out breath. So and doing that for I don't even know how long we did it for, but like, oh my gosh. And then the whole time during the video we were breathing out long. Hey Suzanne, it was amazing, and it felt like I feel so like I don't smoke weed anymore, and I don't do cigarettes. I can't do coffee. I don't get high. I just breathe. Hey Ryan, nice to see you. I just breathe, and I was just sitting here like in my office. This is my office. I know some of you actually have never seen my video, but this is my office. This is where I do my work. And so yes, I'm just sitting here in my office. I show you my yoga mat is always just out, but I'm sitting in my office and I'm just like, and it's just like breathing out, and I'm just like, this is great. Like, I don't know, like I'm high off oxygen. Woo! Yeah. So, when I posted something about being high, getting high off of oxygen and whatnot. Was it yesterday? It might have been the day before. But yeah, so oxygen, get some. And what's interesting, I want to talk about this actually too. When I quit smoking, I looked up 1,000 things. And there were two major things that I did when I quit smoking that really helped. One was I started loving every single cigarette I did smoke. I'm telling you, I looked at it, I was like, oh, I love you so much. Oh, that's like, I would smell it, and I would love it. And I would take the smoke in, and I would just be like, I loved it. I loved it so much. And I started paying attention, and I was like, anyway, so I loved the cigarette. And the second thing I did was I taught myself how to breathe. So, because what we do when we breathe in the cigarette, we're like, I'm so stressed out, I need a cigarette. So you go, and you breathe out, and you're like, yeah, that's the good cigarette. It's the deep breath that calms you down, because that's the deepest breath that you take the whole day. And it's interesting to note that when we smoke cigarettes, like, sure, it like calms our anxiety at the moment, but the longer time goes on and the longer we go in between having a cigarette, we take shallower and shallower breaths. And if you take shallow breaths like that, it causes anxiety. Or when you're anxious, when you're scared, you take shallow breaths anyway. So then it just, that pattern of breathing and how you have less oxygen in your system creates that panicky feeling, which leads you to go reach for a cigarette, which makes you go, and you finally take that deep breath in. And these are the deepest breaths you take all day. People smoking weed, same thing. It is the exact same thing. You're really just getting high off of oxygen, and you're finally opening up your breath capacity in your lung capacity. So teaching myself, like I would put my hands on my belly, and I would just, or in my heart too, and then I would focus on the out breath and extending it like If I would breathe in for like 2 counts, I'd try to breathe out for 4. I would breathe in for 2, hold for 2, breathe out for 4, breathe out for 6, breathe out for 8. Just try to and like really teach myself how to breathe. And so then when it got to the point when I was like, I'm not smoking cigarettes anymore, I had already been breathing and practicing breathing for so long that I was like, okay, like when I was uncomfortable for a couple of days and I was like, I don't know what to do with my hands. However, I took a step out of my, oh, hey, Doria. Hey, Jilly. I took a step out of my comfort zone and like I went somewhere and I just kind of like was weird at that new place because I'm usually weird in like different places anyway. Hey. And yeah, so by the time I went back to my home, I was okay being, cigaretteless. And then with weed, it was like I just kept putting more time. No, I don't want to tag that person in my video. Why would you ask me that, Facebook? Anyway, so I would put more time in between when I would smoke or when I ate edibles. I had my Michigan Medical Marijuana, Mary H. Juana, it's weird, marijuana card. And so I would go to the dispensary and I would get edibles. And I would just leave longer amounts of time. So instead of me going, oh, okay, I'm high, I'm good, I would just eat it and then I would go about my day and all of a sudden I'd be like, what's happening? And then I'd be silly. So I would just give myself longer periods in between. And then I started realizing, like, when I would eat it, that I would get weird, like, real weird. And I didn't like it. I didn't like myself. I was like, I don't know why I'm acting like this. I don't know why you can't just sit down and be quiet. But, I mean, whatever. It all worked out. It all worked out. So, yeah, today during yoga, we got high. And it felt really good. And I, like, worked my legs. I'm improving my legs. I'm improving my arms. I don't know, man. Double yoga practice a day. I just love it. I just love it. And that's why I'm doing the video now. Oh, yeah, and I'm doing the video earlier because my partner and I have finally decided to take some time to spend with ourselves, just the two of us, because we've not done that in over a year since the baby's been born. The longest time we'd ever spent apart from the baby, that I had been apart from the baby, was just long enough for me to run to the dispensary. One time, we went to the dispensary and then we went to go pick up water from Kroger, and I was like, the baby! But she's fine. And she's asleep right now. Yay. Not that I don't love her, but... And I'm not saying, like, okay, well, I need to get away from her. It's just, I feel like I want to go and run in the woods with my partner. I don't know what we're doing. It's a surprise. He won't tell me. And I'm like, how do I dress? And he won't tell me. He just said, put clothes on your body. And I'm like, the fuck does that mean? So we're doing that, and he's going to be home shortly. His mother's going to be home soon, or coming over soon, so she's going to be caring for the offspring while we are away. And, my favorite party, hey Ashley, my favorite party is the movement in downtown Detroit, and it's this weekend. I didn't go last year because I had just had a baby, and this year, I don't know if I want to go because, number one, this is like our first time leaving the baby, so I don't want to commit to like a 12-hour, 18-hour thing. She still breastfeeds on demand. Like, I'm not trying to leave. Like, maybe, I don't even know what we're going to do, but it's only going to be for a couple of hours. But I do know that sometimes when certain people are around, the baby doesn't want to nurse, so I'm not going to force her. So I'm just going to be like, drink this right now, and then leave. I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't want to just be like, okay, sure, 12, 18 hours, bye. And then also being so here she is, being so freshly sober, I don't know if I want to be somewhere where everybody's intoxicated. I don't know if that's my kind of place. Although I love the sunshine and I love music, I just don't know if that place is for me. But my babysitter is here, so I'm going to just say TTFN, ta-ta for now. And yeah, so I hope you have a great rest of your day and all these things. So I got high today during yoga off of some oxygen. I'm telling you, man. Like, just clean your body out. I clean my body out and I feel good. I feel capable. Like, not only do I feel silly and high, but I also feel capable and like ready for anything. I've got, what are those called? Reflexes. Like, pew, pew, pew. Anyway. And my tricks to quitting smoking and our date day, we're going to do it during the day. I don't know where we're going. I want to know. Anyway, TTFN, ta-ta for now. I love you. Enjoy your day. Hey, D. It's great to see you again. I was literally just about to get off this thing. It's date day, and I got to go get ready for my day with my partner. I don't know what we're going to do. All right. Bye. Stop.